this is Riding with Ree. I'm back at the yard, back from my riding holiday, and I have a few updates to share with you. Some from the riding holiday, I took some clips while I was there. I have some updates on Woody, and then a couple of other things to share with you. Before we dive in, grab Woody, start hand grazing and hand walking, and I give you all the updates, I want to say a massive thank you to YFood, who have sponsored this week's video. They've sent me a couple of new flavours. This is one of the non-vegan flavours. It is the cocoa white chocolate. It gives me kind of autumnal hot chocolate vibes. Every single one of these has 26 vitamins and minerals. It's high in fibre, it's high in protein, it is gluten-free and lactose-free, and they are a brilliant meal replacement if you're on the go like I am today. I've been out all morning. So if you want to check them out, my discount code is RE10. You can see them below here and in the description. All right, let's go and see Woody and give you all the updates that have been going on. Right, let's get Woody. So on the Woody front, we obviously had our MRI, and if you didn't know the outcome, essentially the pedal bone is healing. The pedal bone is healing, but it's not done healing yet, which is slow for a pedal bone fracture. Usually it's 3 to 6 months of box rest. We've done 6 months now. The vet is pretty happy that there has been some healing, so they want to do another 4 months of box rest, excuse me, which is a long time. But after that, we will see. If he's still lame at the end of the 10 months, then to be honest, there's not a huge amount we can do, and he probably won't return as a ridden horse, and he will instead have rehabbed back to having a wonderful life in a field. But if in 10 months time he is looking sound, sorry, 4 months time he is looking sound, then we'll obviously take steps to start rehabbing him towards ridden work. As you can see, he's very keen to get walking, so I should probably put his head collar on, shouldn't I? Oh, yes, thank you so much. Right, we'll put this down here for a moment. This is very rough and ready, isn't it? Right, Mr. Wood. Right, he's got his head collar on, and actually, just while we're here, this is a pretty muddy looking head collar now, but I wonder if I just bring him into the light, because this head collar is actually quite interesting. So if I just show it to you in the light. Oh. So this head collar was sent to me by EQUESTRIAN, who are one of my partners, and it was a gift from them. It is a HKM control head collar, and what it has is this sort of pulley system around the nose, so that if I need just a little bit more leverage while I'm hand walking, especially with him being fresh and on box rest, I have it, and I found that to be actually incredibly useful. It means that I don't have to hand graze him in a bridle, so that's pretty handy. So the other slightly weird thing that's been going on with Woody lately is, because of the amount of box rest that he's been doing, his sheath has gotten a bit swollen, which is a really odd, strange thing to talk about. So basically, when he came back from the MRI, I figured we sort of needed more box rest, and perhaps we couldn't do hand walking as normal. So I put him back on box rest, but apparently with this kind of swollen sheath, actually what you need to do is a little bit more hand walking, and then also cold hosing the sheath as well. So we'll be trying that, and if it doesn't improve, then we'll be doing blood tests. But that's where we're at for now. So we're just hand walking gently 5 to 10 minutes every day, and we will see if it helps it go down a little bit. But he doesn't seem particularly bothered, which is pretty good news. Oh, what are you frightened of? Silly boy. That's it. So if Woody stays quiet while I'm hand grazing, I should tell you about the holiday. So it was lovely, actually. We went to Mallorca in Spain, a friend of mine and me. We've made it. I'm going to show you the room before I make it all messy. We have had such a crazy day. Our flight was massively delayed. It was supposed to be at 2 o'clock. It's now 10 o'clock in Spain, so that just gives you an idea. This is the lovely room. The kitchens are closed. They saved us dinner and left it in here, which is like just a really nice touch. And they all have balconies, these really cute little balconies. So this is mine. You obviously can't see very much. The pool is over there and the restaurant's down here. We're having our first ride at 8 AM tomorrow. And I cannot wait to get started. So I may not be able to show you all of that, but I will show you a bit as I can through the day. But for now, I'm just going to eat and then go to bed. And we had a mix of flat work, show jumping and dressage. This is me covered in sweat because it's so warm in this. is Ada Safi, who was my ride today. First ride in 6 months and first jump in God knows how long. And it was really good. We did some cross poles, we did a straight bar at the end. It was lovely. He was a very good boy. Just walking back from our lesson, this is the yard. Very, very peaceful. Lots of shade. And they had dressage stallions, which was incredible actually. I've never ever ridden a stallion before. So that was really exciting, and they were so incredibly well behaved. I'm going to fetch my second horse on the second day. This is a stallion. He's a dressage stallion. He's so cute. I'm going to go and get my second horse, and I shall tell you about it later. Maravilloso. Buenos dias. Are you ready? Are you ready? Buenos dias, maravilloso. This is Maravilloso. He was my horse today. I was really pleased. We did a little mini course of jumping and he was so good. We did have a couple of spooks, which unseated me only a little bit, but I felt quite thankful for all of Woody's spooking because I think it sort of prepared me well. But he jumped beautifully and now he's going away. I have now an hour's break and then it's straight onto the dressage, which I am nervous about because I'm already tired. It's so hot, but never mind. They gave us this amazing tour of the property on our second day, and they told us all about how they breed a lot of the stallions themselves and they breed them for this wonderful temperament, and it was just lovely, to be honest. It was really, really wonderful.
And his father is an American paint horse.
Oh.
Because we...
Figs.
So it's...
So we had a couple of dressage lessons on the stallions. I got a little taste of piaffe, so the instructor Valentine from the ground asked the horse to do piaffe and he asked me to do a little thing on top, and so I got a feel of that and that was amazing. We had a couple of jumping lessons on different horses, which was really, really nice. And then at the end of the week we did a jumping competition. So it's Friday morning. We've had a whole week to prepare and now we have a jumping competition, and it's all a bit of fun, but of course I'm nervous because naturally. So I'm just about to go and get Abu Shafi, get ready, have a lesson, and then the jumping starts. So we have one course and then we have a second course which is like the jump off, and we're doing it with myself, Bev, Karina, who we've been riding together all week, and then there's also 2 American people who are going to be joining us. So yeah. Good morning, Abu Shafi. Oh, are you ready? Are you ready for the competition? Which actually, I was on a horse called Abu Shafi, who was a little bit tricky. He was very spooky, a bit like Woody, and we ended up winning the competition, which was amazing because we were up against a couple of really good riders, one of whom is American and actually competes at quite a high level of show jumping. So that was kind of cool. And then on our very last day, we actually went out on a trail ride, which was really fun. They had this insane level of rainfall. In Mallorca, I think it was record levels of rainfall, and so the whole place got flooded. I'll show you some footage. So look at this. They haven't had rain since May. Look at this. So we've come out with the owners to check if we can turn the horses out, because look, this is the park and this is the arena. So much rain. And so we weren't sure if we were actually going to be able to ride on the last day. The whole school was flooded and everything, but he took us out on the roads. We couldn't do as much as we thought we could, as much as we originally thought we could because of all the flooding, but he took us out, and I wore my GoPro. I asked my fellow riders and none of them minded, so I've got some footage of that which I will show you now. So before we get into the fun of this ride, I should add a disclaimer that you will see our dressage instructor and the lead on this hack, Valentine, riding without a hat. Obviously it's personal preference and it seems to be a lot more common for people to ride without hats in Spain, but I would always encourage you to ride with at least a hat whenever you get on horse. Alright, disclaimer over, let's get into the hack. So I was riding a horse called Fosca, and in general the trail horses seem to be so much bigger than the flat work horses and the jumping horses and even the dressage horses actually, but they definitely knew their jobs, and that was lovely. So the girl that you can see in front of me is a German girl that we were riding with throughout the week called Karina. She was lovely, and it was really nice actually. I think these types of holidays are fine for solo travellers. She came on her own and a couple of other people did too, and it was lovely. We ended up riding together, we would have meals together, and because you're all riders you all have things in common, and it was lovely. And actually by the end of the week I felt like we'd made some new friends, and that was really, really nice as well.
Now the center is more in trouble.
So as I mentioned, because of the amount of rainfall, we weren't even sure that we were going to get this ride at the end of the week, so it was a real privilege just to be out on the horses, but it did mean that we had to ride a lot slower than we would have normally because of the ground, but it was really cute. We got to ride through a lot of these little Mallorcan villages like the one you can see here. It was really nice to see the architecture, because I think, you know, getting to the age now where I appreciate things like architecture. And then we did have a couple of canters towards the end of the ride, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So just to set it up, the canters here are very, very different. They do them along paths, which actually are quite soft, but the horses behave so different to what I was used to. You'll see my horse Fosca, he puts his head way up in the air, and it wasn't something that I was expecting or used to at all. And so the first time he did it, I was a bit like, what is going on? But actually by the second or third canter, I was like, oh, this is just how he canters, and I'm just going to relax. But it was really nice, so let me show you that now.
I look in here. If it's okay, we can make a gallop in here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay. When my hand is up, it's a stop. But don't worry, because when I stop, your horse is stop.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Are you ready?
Oh. Woo! Yeah. Yep. Yep. Goodness, you're fast.
Very fast.
Very fast, eh? Good boy.
You managed very well.
We're about to have dinner on our final night, but I'm walking to the yard to say bye to my favourite stallion, who reminds me of Woody. He's very, oh God, nearly fell over. He's very Woody-like. I'm going to show you him. There he is. There he is. Hello, little munchkin. Hi. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Grandpa honey. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'll see you later. Bye-bye, my carrot. Bye-bye. You're a good boy. Bye-bye, Abashavi. Oh, you're going to say bye. Ah, good boy. My little winner. Yeah. You're a good boy. Hey. And then the only other thing I wanted to update you on was, obviously earlier this year, you might remember, I sort of had a little look for a share horse, but I don't know, I really struggled with it, which sounds really silly, but I struggled with riding somebody else's horse, and I was still so heartbroken from the whole situation with Woody. Now I'm a little bit further down the line, and you know, the riding holiday really helped me remember why I started and why I love riding, and that not every horse I ride has to be like my Woody. And so I went out and I looked for another share, and I have found one. And so I've asked his lovely owners, we've got a trial, we've done a contract, and they're happy for him to feature on my channel. So I will be introducing you to him as well soon. So he is a 16-3 warm blood. The owner bought him for show jumping. He has lovely flat work, so I'm really excited, and I hope that along with Woody it kind of takes the pressure off. You know, it doesn't change anything with Woody. I still see him every single day, I still love him with all of my heart, but it means that I can keep riding as well, which is lovely. So that feels really, really good, and I'm excited for you to meet him. And I think that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this week's video, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.